from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, August 2nd, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. The mother is charged with child endangerment for leaving her child inside a hot vehicle Sunday. Was in district court today. According to police, 28-year-old Rosemine Cherry of Wilkes-Barre left her 2-year-old son inside her vehicle at the Price Chopper parking lot in Wilkes-Barre Township on Sunday. According to witnesses on scene, the child was left in the car for more than a half hour. When emergency responders checked the child, his body temperature was registered at 102. The little boy is okay. Sherry is charged with 1 count of endangering the welfare of a child and leaving a child unattended in a vehicle. Hazleton police responded to a fight last night at 7th and Carson Streets, and a dog ended up being shot in the leg. Hazleton and West Hazleton police converged on the area just after 5 o'clock after a large fight broke out during last night's heavy downpour. The dog was taken for treatment, and according to Police Chief Jerry Speziale, it's not likely to die. Police are continuing their criminal investigation and are looking for the person involved that fired the shots. Anyone with information is asked to call police in Hazleton at 570-459-4940 or dial 911. Wilkes-Barre Councilwoman Beth Gilbert says she'll present an ordinance banning discrimination based on gender preference and identity at City Council's next meeting on Thursday night. There are about 30 municipalities statewide which have used such laws, Pittston being the closest. Gilbert says the law that would see that all city residents afforded equal opportunity for employment, housing, and the use of public accommodations. Gilbert says her ordinance would also establish a Human Relations Commission that would hear any cases of discrimination. Council will discuss the ordinance at the work session on August 9th. Luzerne County is also considering an anti-discrimination ordinance. Councilman Rick Williams proposed one. Council discussed it at its July 26th meeting, and it got 6 votes, enough to introduce it for a vote at the August 9th meeting. 6 votes would also be enough to pass it. The ordinance would create a Human Relations Commission that would hear any discrimination complaints. The group would have at least 7 and up to 15 members. The proposal mentions several different qualities that could be the bias for discrimination: race, color, sex, religion, ancestry, genetic information, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity or expression, family status, marital status, age, veteran status, mental or physical disability, use of guide or support animals, and or mechanical aids. Complaints could involve housing, employment, education, or in businesses open to the public. The panel would also hear complaints from people who believe they have been retaliated against for opposing or reporting discrimination. Both Mohegan Sun and the Wilkes-Barre Area School District are appealing how much the casino is worth. Both have filed appeals with the County Board of Assessment Appeals. Assessment Director Tony Alou says the board will schedule a hearing in September. A 2007 agreement to settle litigation over the assessed value of the property in Plains Township expired this year. In June, Luzerne County established a new assessment at $152.5 million. The casino says that's too high. The school district says it's not high enough. The site includes 263 acres in Plains Township, along with a hotel and a convention center, casino, restaurants, bars, retail shopping, harness track, grandstand, and stables. Mohegan Sun opened in 2006 under that 2007 agreement. Mohegan Sun had to pay the district a total of $15 million in taxes over 8 years and pay Luzerne County and Plains Township $6 million. An accident near Millville this morning, and a bunch of chickens were in it. A truck hauling hundreds of chickens to New York crashed on Buckhorn Road near Millville around 4:15 this morning. The driver lost control and spilled dozens of chicken crates. Some of them hit a nearby house. State police say the driver will be cited. Jury selection in her trial starts as a week from today, and Attorney General Kathleen Kane has asked that the Supreme Court to throw out all the charges against her. Kane argues the lawyer who served as a special prosecutor and ran the grand jury had no authority to act as a prosecutor. The High Court hasn't yet said whether it will consider her appeals. Kane is accused of leaking secret grand jury material to the Philadelphia Daily News and lying about it under oath. Today, Pope Francis established a commission to study whether women should be allowed to become deacons in the Catholic Church. The debate is controversial because it could open the door for women to be in the Catholic Church's all-male clergy. Deacons can perform many of the same functions as a priest, except for hearing confessions. Although priests in the Catholic Church must be celibate, deacons can be married. This change was signaled by Francis in May when a nun reminded him that women are believed to have served as deacons in the early years of the church. After their conversation, Francis said that he was willing to set up a commission to study the issue. The commission will consist of 6 women and 6 men from academic institutions from all around the world. Hillary Clinton got a post-convention bounce in Pennsylvania. That according to a new poll from Public Policy Polling, or PPP. Its poll showed Clinton leading Trump by 3 points, still very close and just outside the margin of error. The poll shows Clinton at 45% to 42% for Donald Trump, 4% for Libertarian Gary Johnson, and 2% for the Green Party's Jill Stein. In a head-to-head matchup, Clinton leads 49 to 45. Public Policy Polling surveyed 1,505 likely voters from July 29th to the 31st. It claims a margin of error of negative 2.5%. A bill in Harrisburg would allow PennDOT to suspend the registration of cars which run Easy Pass toll booths on the turnpike. The bill comes from Senators John Rafferty, a suburban Philadelphia Republican, and Jay Costa, a suburban Pittsburgh Democrat. Under the bill, PennDOT would be able to suspend the vehicle registration on any vehicle pictured going through an Easy Pass toll booth without paying. The registration would be suspended until the bill was paid. Losses on the turnpike tolls have mounted. In 15-16 alone, the Turnpike Commission wrote off over $5 million in lost tolls. Unpaid toll losses have jumped more than 45% since 2014, 15 years. Well, WYLN is proud to announce a new show joining our lineup, and it spotlights local businesses in our area. Getting Down to Business will premiere tonight at 11 p.m. Join host Gary Perna as he goes to businesses throughout our area, highlighting what they do and what they offer to you, the viewer. Getting Down to Business will host Gary Perna will also air on Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. and these additional air times are up on your screen now. And remember, WYLN is your local network for new and great local programming. Well, it's time now for a first look at our forecast. Roads and basements flooded after nearly 4 inches of rain poured down in our area. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with the details on last night's storm and what can we expect in the upcoming days. Joe?
It's going to be quieter across our area. In fact, the humidity levels are going to be dropping, but we're going to have to wait until the weekend for that. But in the meantime, we're going to have to continue to deal with the humidity across our area. So what can we expect as we end this weekend, go into the weekend? Complete details coming up in just a few, Ann.
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, after last night's heavy rainstorm, many were left without power, stores were shut down, and roads and basements were completely flooded. WYLN's Aaron Harvey and Abby Piskel were out last night and today and have full details on last night's storm and the damage it caused. Plus, a special event for a beloved classmate who passed away last weekend from Hodgkin's lymphoma, leaving behind a husband and 2 daughters. More news, weather, and sports is coming your way only on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Downley, video journalists Mike Lula and Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Gary Perna, Abby Piskel, and Aaron Harvey. Sports with Eric DeBerardinis and John Eric Poli, and weather with Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik.
At Booty's Place, they're known for delicious homemade food at affordable prices. And now, there's so much more, like an elevator for easy upstairs access and refurbished interior with an outdoor patio that's now open. To keep their food second to none, Chef Bobby is back. They're making their own fresh pasta, have a new state-of-the-art kitchen, and an updated menu. There are still old favorites like Grandma's Pizza, plus new dishes, all with fresh ingredients. Booty's Place, still, definitely the best.
Were you satisfied with your child's education this school year? Well, take a look at what Marian Catholic High School has to offer. Students are challenged academically, spiritually, morally, and physically. Excellent student-teacher ratio and a full array of clubs and activities. 90% of all grads continue on to higher education. A sound investment in your child's future. Affordable tuition and scholarships are available. Log on to our website or call today for a free tour.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
A large portion of the Hazleton area experienced flooding last night. Some areas had to close because of water damage. WYLN's Aaron Harvey has more.
Many areas in Hazleton, West Hazleton, and Hazel Township experienced heavy downpours which led to flash flooding. The storm broke out just before 5:30 yesterday evening, but had many areas flooded by 6 o'clock, including the Churchill Mall, which had to close due to water damages. One of the major areas in Hazleton that was flooded was Cedar Street. This house experienced heavy flooding in the basement. Deli clerk at Thomas's Family Market in Hazel Township, Rachel Paisley, says they had to evacuate the store.
We had about a handful of customers in the store, and we were standing up here by the entrance, and all of a sudden the water just came rushing in. We had to get all of our customers out. We actually had to have someone pull up a gentleman's car and help him to his car because he was an older gentleman. Now we got some cleanup guys here just trying to get all the water out. I mean, it's all the way in the back of the store. It's just unreal.
Flooding affected almost the entire store.
It's back all the way into the storage. We had to take all of the shippers with all the products all the way back on U-boats and pallets just so it's out of the water. I mean, the deli is flooded. It's just, the whole store is just a mess.
Luckily, first response crews got there just in time to help.
I think over on the side of the building we have like a small creek, but that's overflowing, and the water was just up to my calf right outside the store. We called the fire department and they came over, so that was a big help.
Thomas's Family Market is open today along with the rest of the stores in the Churchill Mall except for Cajun Tank. For WILN News, I'm Aaron Harvey.
Thank you, Aaron. And after those heavy rains last night, many of our area faced some damage to their households and roads that are filled with debris. WILN's Abby Piskel has these details.
Last night, around 6 p.m., the area had some heavy rain, which led to some flooding. Many homes experienced water damage and streets were overflowing with water due to the 3 to 5 inches of precipitation that was received. Hazel Township Fire Chief Scott Kostitian said that conditions occurred on North Church Street as a result of the overflowing of Black Creek.
It overflowed and backed up into the stores at the Churchill Mall. Stores from Booty's Place all the way east to Thomas's Market suffered some flooding within their stores. Thomas's Market and several of them were closed and evacuated during the height of the storm. The creek and the drains just couldn't take any more water on at one time.
Hazel Township Fire and Rescue responded to about 20 calls related to the rain, but at no point was anyone ever in danger.
The fire department assisted multiple motor vehicles, occupants from removing them through the water. At no time was anybody in danger of anything. We responded on multiple flooding calls in people's basements, especially along the 19th Street and the area of the 22nd Street at the Hazleton Area High School baseball field, which is between Putnam and Landmesser. Several houses in that area sustained anywhere from 1 to 2 feet of water. There was over 2 feet of water that was in the street. The water was just coming out of some of the side streets in the city, and it was a river coming across 19th Street, which a lot of those houses on the north side of 19th Street in the township suffered a lot of damage.
Kostitian says that during heavy rains, even if it only lasts a short period of time, it is important to turn off any electrical equipment that may be affected by water.
One of the most important things is if you see that kind of rain over a longer period of time, even 15 minutes, half an hour, your basements, shut off electrical devices. A lot of people have refrigerators in their basements, dehumidifiers in their basements. A lot of people have finished basements. You know, the most important thing is to shut off those electrical devices, disconnect the power. If you can turn off a breaker to the receptacles around basement rooms, that's always a great thing to do.
Another precaution to take is being aware of road conditions while driving. Cars driving at an escalated speed are likely to hydroplane and can cause an accident.
You know, the other thing is, you know, when we're experiencing rain, one of the first calls that we had was a car that spun out because they were traveling too fast up on 924 and spun out in the water. You know, you got to exercise caution when it's raining so hard that you will hydroplane. If you see deep water, such as on 309 here at North Church Street by Ollie's here, please don't drive through that kind of water. You don't even know if there's a roadway underneath a foot of water. It could be washed out. You know, that old saying on the Weather Channel, turn around, don't drown. You know, you don't think of it around here because of the mountains, you know, and the valleys and all the creeks we have here. But localized flooding in specific locations does occur. You know, even within Hazleton City or the township or some of these small boroughs like Freeland Borough, West Hale, it can happen, you know, where drainage becomes blocked and you have some ponding on the roadways. You know, please don't drive through it. You know, we had 2 areas that had happened yesterday, and people did try to drive through it and did not make it and had to be, you know, taken from their cars.
In Hazel Township, for WYLN News, I'm Abby Piskel.
Thank you very much, Abby. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast, and that hopefully it will include some sunshine. Plus, a look at a benefit in Berwick for a family of a classmate who passed away from Hodgkin's lymphoma over the weekend. All that and more, including sports with Eric DeVerdinis, is coming your way only on WYLN. Stay tuned. All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
At Booty's Place, they're known for delicious homemade food at affordable prices. And now there's so much more, like an elevator for easy upstairs access and refurbished interior with an outdoor patio coming soon. To keep their food second to none, Chef Bobby is back. They're making their own fresh pasta, have a new state-of-the-art kitchen, and an updated menu. There are still old favorites like Grandma's Pizza, plus new dishes, all with fresh ingredients. Booty's Place, still, definitely the best.
Maylath Valley Health Systems in Cybertsville, providing physical, occupational, speech, nutritional, and outpatient therapy. Also offering home health and hospice care. For more information, call 570-708-2929.
Enter your name and phone number for a chance to win a pair of tickets for a rafting adventure with Whitewater Challengers for a trip down the Lehigh River. Winners will be announced August 16th on WYLN's Evening Edition at 5:30 p.m. and Late Edition at 10 p.m. Call 570-459-1869, extension 1110 to enter. 2 pair of tickets will be given away. Get ready to get soaked with an exciting rafting trip from Whitewater Challengers.
A little bit quieter today across the Northeast. There's been a couple of rain showers here and there, but that pretty much is about it. Still a lot of clouds present as I speak, and well, it got a little bit of a breeze. Humidity levels will be gradually coming down as we go into the next couple of days. That, of course, is going to give us some welcome relief, and we'll talk about what we can be expecting this upcoming weekend as we get closer and closer to a brand new weekend. All right, on to the statistics for today. And yeah, the temperature's down a little bit now. A lot of those clouds present. We are only in the mid to upper 60s, and We did see a little bit of precipitation since the midnight hour. Again, there were some of those showers across our area today, but we only picked up 0.07 of an inch of precipitation. But the humidity levels are still on the increase. They continue to be fairly high with those dew points in the mid to upper 60s. Temperature-wise for the day, did manage to make it up to 80, and even though it was 80 degrees, it did feel much warmer than the actual air temperature indicated. A mild start to our morning, only dropping down to 66 degrees. On to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, 79. Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport, 78 in Allentown, 85 in Williamsport, 85 degrees in Selinsgrove. Even out toward the west, temperatures continuing to remain in the 80s, 82 degrees in State College, and just about 90 degrees in Pittsburgh. And in terms of the winds, really got a little bit of a breeze from time to time, but for the most part averaging between 5 to 10 miles per hour. Extended forecast looking like this. Heading into tomorrow, it looking pretty nice out there. A mix of clouds and sunshine for our Wednesday. 77, 82 as we go into our Thursday, partly sunny skies. Same old true for Friday, 82. And then as we go into our Saturday, we may have to deal with a shower or thunderstorm here and there. Keep the umbrella handy, about 83 degrees. Mid to upper 70s for Sunday and Monday, lower 80s for Tuesday. And there you can see some of those overnight lows. For the most part, we should be dropping down into the mid to upper 50s to lower 60s. Stick around. We'll continue to have a lot more for you coming up after these commercial messages.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Were you satisfied with your child's education this school year? Well, take a look at what Marian Catholic High School has to offer. Students are challenged academically, spiritually, morally, and physically. Excellent student-teacher ratio and a full array of clubs and activities. 90% of all grads continue on to higher education. A sound investment in your child's future. Affordable tuition and scholarships are available. Log on to our website or call today for a free tour.
One local family needs your help in order to pay for the medical bills and funeral arrangements. Megan Work of Berwick passed away this weekend from Hodgkin's lymphoma, leaving behind her 2 daughters and her husband. There will be a Chinese auction and spaghetti dinner this Friday night from 5 to 8 p.m. at Westside Grove in Berwick. All of the money raised will go towards Work's medical bills, school necessities, and funeral arrangements. You can find out more on the event by going to their Facebook page at facebook.com/benefit for the family of Megan Work. Coming up next, Eric DeBardinas is in with sports here on WYLN. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik will have one final look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
At Booty's Place, they're known for delicious homemade food at affordable prices. And now there's so much more, like an elevator for easy upstairs access and refurbished interior with an outdoor patio that's now open. To keep their food second to none, Chef Bobby is back. They're making their own fresh pasta, have a new state-of-the-art kitchen, and an updated menu. There are still old favorites like Grandma's Pizza, plus new dishes, all with fresh ingredients. Booty's Place, still definitely the best.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Winning bragging rights and the Iron Rail Series is nice, but the International League North Division, the true prize at stake, as the Rail Riders and Iron Pigs continue their season-long battle. Scranton-Wilkes-Barre entering Monday up 1 game in the Iron Rail and up 1 game in the division. And now they're up 1-0 on Lehigh Valley following the second inning solo shot from Cesar Puello. Tied at 1 in the 4th, Darren Ruff, he doesn't neglect his forearms. Opposite field strength stays fair. The Pigs ahead 2-1. Cedric Hunter later in the game waits on a hanger from Brady Lale. With the bases loaded, all runners are in motion. The ball to the hidden corner, and all 3 will cross. Lehigh Valley out in front 5-1, and they go on to win 7-1 the final, with the teams now dead even for first place. Tonight, Game 2 of a 4-game set. Again, we'll have Iron Pigs versus Rail Riders right here on WYLN, beginning at 7 p.m. Both teams in great position to make the playoffs, but a division title better than a wild card. The Wilkes-Barre-Scranton bench, and specifically those standing instead of sitting, will be extra busy next season. Today, the Baby Pens announced the hiring of 2 assistant coaches to serve under head coach Clark Donatelli. Chris Taylor joins the Penguins from the AHL's Rochester Americans, where he was an assistant for 4 seasons. J.D. Forrest comes from coaching a farm team in Austria. This will be the first time that Wilkes-Barre-Scranton has 2 assistant coaches. Jay Leach, who filled in as interim head coach between Mike Sullivan and Donatelli, will not return to the organization. The number 34 cart definitely wasn't expected to cross the checkered flag first at Pocono Raceway, and it wasn't. But rookie Chris Buescher did lead when the final caution flag came out with 22 laps to go, becoming the surprising winner of Sunday turned to Monday's Pennsylvania 400. Wacky weather and a wacky winner, but Buescher's team developed the best approach after adapting to the unique circumstances.
Just because of our point situation, where we were at, because of super speedway racing, we need to go out here and take chances. And we had decent speed today. I was happy with that, and we were able to pass cars, and we were heading the right direction regardless. We were going to have a top 20 day, but it's better to be in victory lane and be able to say we won today. It was pretty awesome. It's a very unique track, very unique circumstances, pretty wild day, pretty wild weekend, and all the way into Monday. So I don't want to be mean, but I'm glad we're finally leaving Pocono. We've been here a lot this year.
IndyCar later in the month. NASCAR returns next year. Stay tuned. Coming up, Joe Garbacek is in with a final look at the forecast.
Enter your name and phone number for a chance to win a pair of tickets for a rafting adventure with Whitewater Challengers for a trip down the Lehigh River. Winners will be announced August 16th on WYLN's Evening Edition at 5:30 p.m. and Late Edition at 10 p.m. Call 570-459-1869, extension 1110 to enter. 2 pair of tickets will be given away. Get ready to get soaked with an exciting rafting trip from Whitewater Challengers.
Maylath Valley Health Systems in Cybertsville, providing physical, occupational, speech, nutritional, and outpatient therapy. Also offering home health and hospice care. For more information, call 570-708-2929.
I'm Gary Perna from WYLN News. It is so important for everyone to get out and volunteer in their community. Volunteering can make a difference like we're doing with the American Cancer Society. So please get out and volunteer.
All right, well, we got a mix of clouds and sunshine. The next couple of days looking pretty nice. Mid to upper 70s to lower 80s. And then, the weekend not looking too bad. Maybe some showers and storms for Saturday. Upper 50s, lower 60s at night.
All right. Well, we said it yesterday how much rain we got.
Yep.
And certainly you saw some of the video here on our news. Of course, it's up on our Facebook page, facebook.com/WYLN News. You can check out all the stories. I know it's been shared many times, especially for people who have moved out of the area. It's definitely something that they want to see in their hometown and not want to see. Have a good night, everyone.